Kirk set forth on his first voyage to the final frontier. It was only meant to be a 5-year mission, the space equivalent of popping round the corner for a bag of chips. But 30 years later, Star Trek is still engaging Warp Factor 9. So now, for one whole evening of television, BBC2 opens all hailing frequencies for Star Trek night. Star Trek Night begins by seeking out semi-intelligent life amongst the Trekkers in a not-so-logical quiz which attempts to boldly go where no quiz has gone before.
Chiquitita. Wrong.
Illogical.
Why?
Because it's a song.
From ABBA, 1979, well done. Farpoint Station. Mark.
Hardware.
It isn't, it's a life form, shape-changing alien which disguised itself as a space station.
After the natural-born Trekkers come the celebrity of the species. Famous fans from all walks of life have crawled out of the closet to confess their passion for all things Trek.
He's a true born leader. He's solid. He has the most wonderful voice. He's very intelligent.
That's what I loved about the women in Star Trek. They're all dressed like they'd just come from either a strip joint or a go-go dancing club.
After, like, watching a few episodes of The Next Generation, I mean, that totally blew me.
More tasty Star Trekkers are sprinkled throughout the evening. At 8, we reach the warp core with Science, the Final Frontier, a film which investigates just how far Star Trek's spaced-out scientific vision matches up with current scientific fact. Engage warp speed, Mr. Data.
The problem with G-forces is that every time Picard says,
"Engage,"
he's committing suicide. In fact, the crew would be turned into chunky salsa. You see, when you take off from a stoplight, you go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a few seconds. You get pushed back in your seat. But with the impulse drive, you're going from 0 to, say, half the speed of light in a few seconds. And half the speed of light is about 100,000 miles per second. So you'd never survive.
At 9, chill out in the 10 Forward Lounge as we set faces on fun and dredge the intergalactic archive for the all-time best Star Trek spoofs.
Hello, hi. We are from the starship USS Enterprise.
Welcome to our...
Some of you are sitting there thinking, what's all the fuss about? It's just another TV series. To show how wrong you are, Star Trek Story at 9:25 unravels the show's history and examines how the legacy of the Enterprise's 30-year voyage has seeped into all our lives.
Astronauts became astronauts because of Star Trek. Movie makers became movie makers because of Star Trek. Or it changed a life and sent it in another direction.
Okay, so they could pilot a starship through space, but could they sing? Well, at 10:20, John Peel pricks up his pointy ears to seek out the forgotten recording careers of Starfleet's finest.
One day Bilbo was asked to go on a big adventure to the caves below to help some dwarves get back their gold that was stolen by a dragon in the days of old. Bilbo, Bilbo back from the sleepy fall.
The first episode of Star Trek's latest incarnation, Voyager, is on screen at 10:50. An eager new crew, a brand new enemy, and a spanking new ship.
You're breaking up. Stand by to transport. Wait!
So Starfleet Command's instructions for Star Trek Night check out like this. 7:20 to boldly go where no quiz has gone before. Then it's Star Trekkers. 8 o'clock, Science, the Final Frontier. 9 o'clock, Spoof Trek. Next, it's some more Trek fever. 9:25, Star Trek Story. 10:20, Funk Me Up Scotty, followed by more Trek eulogies. 10:50, Voyager. And finally, the last of Star Trek's celebrity fans. That's a heck of a lot of Trek for your money. But first up, Latent Star Trek fan Peter Smith tests top trekkers on their uncanny knowledge of the United Federation of Planets.